Good day, good day, good day, my good loving humans. Good day, good day, good day. Here we are, ready to be completely present, ready to keep the main thing the main thing. Travelers up the street called trust, headed to the ultimate destination that is the Tower of Power, that is the understanding of self. Here we are, ready to climb into our supersuits, ready to make the proactive choice of planting our feet in front of us and saying that freedom is at our feet, that we can be free from the past and unafraid of the future because we are practiced at being present. Here we are, ready to flex our willpower muscle and engage in this beautiful habit together with our minds separate yet one. Let us set the container. And I'm coming on with an extra smiley face today because it was like 1 minute before and I realized that I hadn't set up the camera or anything. I was just kind of like staring off into cyberspace. And that is another perfect example of today's treatise, finding your way back. Often on my runs through the Greenbelt here on Staten Island, on the trails that I know much like the back of my hand, on the trails that are all so very well marked and color-coded, on trails that have existed for goodness who the heck knows how long, there will be times when suddenly I'm stopped in my tracks because I've stepped off the trail and made tracks into the brush. It's frustrating, especially when you're nice and relaxed and running well and my breath is rhythmic and my focus is good, and then suddenly I'm no longer on the trail. Usually it is only after a few steps, and as if in like a cartoon, I almost skid to a stop and I realize this is not the way. Sometimes though, my sense of direction does not alert me, and I might even begin to dig under some low-hanging foliage, or worse, I begin to step over thorny branches. This usually causes a well-placed Michael. Anyone else say your own name like in frustration? Anyone? Now, to my defense, and in defense of what I do believe is a halfway decent sense of direction, there are things that lead me off the trail. In some instances, the natural growth of the forest creates the appearance of a trail, and in staring off, in looking off, it just seems like that's the way. In other moments, there may be a momentary distraction, and for a good clip, going the wrong way goes unnoticed. And in other instances, the main trail might get flooded, and therefore there's been some trampsing around. Trampsing? I'm not sure. Traipsing. Goodness, I don't know. And going around the main thoroughfare, and therefore there are some areas that get particularly confusing at times. The most expressed reason, however, is that at some point there was a trail there, and that the trail was abandoned, or that the trail was started and then abandoned, in which case there is a groove, and it appears to be correct. And then at some point, Michael, you've gone the wrong way. And as I double back, shaking my head with like utter disappointment, it takes a minute to shrug it all off. That somehow, despite knowing so well, I stepped off the path. And as I figure it all out, and I find my breath, and I find my way back to the trail, the thoughts spring to mind of how those steps are like thoughts. They are like the words that I should have said. They are like the moments that I let my ego get in the way of my understanding. So you see, despite how well we all know the trail, despite how capable we may be in maintaining focus, despite how attuned our sense of direction may be, at some point, we're going to get it wrong. Because of anger, because of frustration, because of sadness, because of exhaustion, because of anxiousness. Yeah. And all we can do, all we can really do, is to feel our way back, to find our way back, to reach for the first thing that we can control and find our way back. And maybe that is all we can ever do. Now, how do we get there from here? Well, we get there by going within, into our best selves, with beginner's minds, with patience, with faith, and with devotion. Rather than impatience, rather than indifference, rather than mistrust, let us become who we were meant to be now, today. This meditation seeks to help ensure that you can always find your way back. It seeks to connect you to the universe that is you. It seeks to boldly go where no one has gone before, deeper and deeper into the epicenter of your circle. And for some reason, that just made me terribly emotional. A focused mind is a concentrated mind, and a concentrated mind is a satisfied mind. Stay curious. So say we all. I know that I want to believe. So, let us now together begin to breathe. Beautiful breaths into the diaphragm, filling that diaphragm up like an accordion. We're going to bring the air up into the chest and up into the head. As Wim Hof says, fully in, fully out. At the top, a light pause and a free fall down. It may make you a little nauseous or a little lightheaded. Maybe some pins and needles. All of that is okay. You'll be okay. We are not trying to hyperventilate here, so don't force the air out. Just let it go. Free fall down. If you're seated, your feet are to the floor and your palms are in your lap. If you're lying down, each limb is touching a surface. And if you are in the lotus, I dare say you know what to do. If you're standing like me, a little Tai Chi. Legs, feet, shoulder width apart, not hands, maybe hands. And we'll keep all of our senses active at this time, completely aware of all that we can take in. And in through the nose, out through the mouth, or in through the nose, out through the nose, or whatever works for you. Ujjayi, let's begin. Breathing deep. And release. 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 Going 3, breathing deep. And release. Going 2, breathing deep. And release. Going 1, breathing deep. And release. This time, allowing the breath to fold into your physiology. Allow the lids to flutter closed at your own pace. For some, that will release you of one sense. Allowing the focus to turn on to the body, on to the object form, the outer membrane, focusing your attention on the lower limbs as you have them, if you have them, what you have. Feet, ankles, toes, fascia of the soles, calves and knees and joints, long hamstrings, weighty quads, thick glutes. All together, create tension, squeeze down, drawing them all in together. Focused attention, overriding tension, noticing that as you take hold of one group, one muscle, you lose focus of another, drawing them all in together, and then let go. Feel it fall away. Find your root. Find the line of the chakra, the base of the spine, the sacral and solar plexus. Find the heart center. As you have them, if you have them, what you have, the ribs and the rib cage, the miles of digestive tract, the stomach and brain belly, all together, draw it in, squeezing down tight the torso, taking hold, focused attention, overriding tension, taking them all together. And when you have it, let go. Feeling that release. Finding the upper back, shoulders and neck. As you have them, if you have them, what you have, biceps and triceps, forearms and wrists and palms and digits, all together, drawing them in, squeezing down. Focused attention, overriding tension. And when you have it all together, let go. Feeling that release. Finding now the head. As you have them, if you have them, what you have, eyes and sockets, ears and lobes, teeth, tongue, gums, skin of the cheeks, follicles of hair, sinus, throat, crown, squeeze down, drawing in, creating tension, focused attention. And when you have it all together, let go. Let go. Let go. Feeling the vibration of the tone, letting go. To the reverberation of voice, letting go. The object form falling away, letting go. Letting go of each distraction, of each thought bubble, releasing without attachment, letting go. Feeling the inner body, feeling the glow of the sunshine beaming from your pocket, letting go. To the center of your circle. Feeling the expanse of your self-awareness, this moment of self-control as consciousness rises in you, as the crystal clear you fills the vast expanse of your sphere of influence. And you use your will to choose imagination, to be the artist of you, the creator of an image, and each artist uses an instrument, be it pen, brush, chisel, guitar, drum, voice. Choose your instrument for now. And on the vast canvas of your self-awareness, with long, smooth strokes, strums or hums, create the image of a map. Let the colors come. Let the tones tell you. This map for finding your way back. As you flow, connect to the connection that is flowing inside of you, to the electric surging free, to the cosmic you, to the universe that is you. You create this image. You set this scene. Allow the scene now to float in the expanse that is all around you. Let go of your instrument. Let go of your imagination. Let go of your will, and in consciousness, be. Have been here before, be for the first time. In the complexity is simplicity. Eye now reach for your scene, holding it up to the sunshine that is beaming from your pocket. Smooth it into a ball that will exist as a universe inside of you. Holding the ball out in front of you now, peer one more time into the scene and see your map, the map for finding your way back. And then release the ball, allowing it to drop and to splash into the center of your circle. And as it splashes down, feel that a ripple that pushes forth. And as the ripple pushes forth, let go of all that you do not know. Let go of all that you may not understand. Let go of all that you cannot control, because that is okay. And as you feel the ripple pushing forth, as you feel the pulse, feel your circle expanding from your acceptance, and in affirmation say, I will use my self-awareness to focus on what I can control. I will use my free will to focus on what I can control. I will use my imagination to focus on what I can control. I will use consciousness to focus on what I can control. I am the programmer, and this is my program. This is the space that exists in between stimulus and the response. The space where I stand in the center of my circle, where I have the freedom to choose my responses. I want to believe, so say we all. And now, call your attention back to a light breath, and with a breath light, allow the world back on to the outer body, onto the head and neck and shoulders, and with a light breath and a breath light, call your attention back to the outer body, allowing the world back on to the heart center, and with a light breath and your attention on a breath light, allow the world back on to the body and take hold of your root, and at your own pace, flutter open your lids, allowing the world on to all that you have, upper and lower limbs, as you have them, if you have, and what you have. Allow the world back on to the body, to the focused you, to the you now, to the sharpened you, to the you who has never left, to the you who is not broken, to the you who is not the drop in the ocean, to the you that is the ocean in the drop, and to the we that are the tide. If you have that cold water, do drink it down. If you have the time, please spend the time writing down how you will use the image of your map to find your way back. How will you take that image into all that you are and all that you will do for the rest of the day? How will you use it to ensure that your ego doesn't drag you down that dark alley? And if your ego does, how will you use it to find your way back? Write it all down, my good humans. This is the place where we observe ourselves without evaluating our being, because that is the highest form of intelligence. I dare say consciousness, at least as far as we know for now. Though, what's going on with the cephalopods? I am really wondering also that it's like 30 degrees outside in New York today. Not fun. Hence, I'm back with long sleeves on again. The song today is Starship, Find Your Way Back. How do you like that? I love you individually and as a group. Tomorrow is somehow again Friday, for whatever that means. Going to be the end of the working week for some, not for others. Indeed, indeed. So, we'll see you back here tomorrow. Peace and love, my good humans. Peace and love. Please stay safe. Please stay safe. All right.